my next character picture.
Oh?
Hold on. This is awesome. And you can't steal it.
You say that, but is it actually?
Oh, sweet Jesus, I'm already a little drunk. I just typed Runnerhub ready.
Already? What the fuck have you been drinking?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I actually almost missed this game. Because I don't know how to read UTC.
Oh, that's easy.
I literally logged on and was like, oh, did I miss this game? Oh, no, wait, it's just about to start. We're cool.
Check it out, Oz.
Alright, let's see what we got here. I want to cancel. I want to receive.
I think that's what Heather's cloak looks like.
Nice. Yes, I agree.
I think that's what Heather's cloak looks like.
Okay, well, I think we're more or less ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I think we're streaming. Wonderful.
Yes, I'm streaming. I even posted the stream.
Okay. Even better. Okay, then let's get started. Everybody has received a message from their fixer, whoever it may be, that they have just been placed into a job pool to meet at Club Penumbra, 8 o'clock in the evening. Those in the know that Club Penumbra is one of the Shadowrunner hangouts. It doesn't match Dante's Inferno, but it's still been a mainstay on the Seattle scene for many, many decades. The evening is going to be cloudy and cool. It is possible to ride a motorcycle without getting dumped on by acid rain, which is always a plus. How is everybody going to get to the club?
Motorcycle.
Okay.
Car. I have a car. I have the best car.
Give me drafts as well.
I'm going to call Johnny Cap and let them know
Frantic's gonna hop
that I
in
need
his
a ride.
rover.
I will take him as...
Ms is getting a ride from Johnny Cap.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
And before I do that, I am gonna throw my cult inception in the back of my van. Not so it's obvious, but just in there,
Ah, fucking damn it.
so I know I have it.
I fucked that up.
Okay. If you're throwing your cold inception in the back of the van, do you have a smuggling compartment in that van?
No.
Do you have
Probably a bad idea. Never mind. I can go and grab it.
Okay.
I'm just going to toss a blanket over
This is a
top.
bad idea. Never mind. That's worked, okay? That's worked, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just drive there in my rover.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think everybody's going to arrive on time since nobody is trying to rely on public transportation.
Pretty much.
Okay. And so the party assembled has been informed that they are going to be meeting with Mr. Johnson about Pico Mundo in the VIP section. And at the VIP section, there are 2 bodyguards, black shirts, black pants, stereotypical dumb muscle. But there's a lot of muscle there, so...
I'm impressed.
Like, in addition to the 2 guards there, there's more around, or is it just...
Oh, there's probably going to be more around. This is a thriving nightclub, and thriving nightclubs always have impressive security.
Alright, well, I'm going to head up to the VIP room.
Okay. the muscle at the front will stop you and ask who you're there to see.
She'll like shuffle a little bit back from them when they stop her. She's like, I'm here for Mr. Johnson up the VIP room. Pico Mundo.
Oh, of course. And once you say the magic words Pico Mundo, they step aside and say it's going to be the second booth on the left.
Thank you. And I will head over to that booth and slide in against the wall.
I guess 8-Ball arrives a little bit after that.
Jimmy,
Take a moment to look around. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying that Jimmy arrives shortly after Heather. Like a few seconds, maybe 5 seconds, just sees the back of her enter. And he just goes, "Is that you, Heather?" Oh, never mind.
She keeps right walking because somebody else was talking.
I look at the goon.
No, I actually don't care what order I arrive in. So if he wants to go next, sweet for me.
I look at the goon.
Winces a little bit as the name bellows, and she nods and heads back to the table.
Jimmy looks at the goons and just, I'm here to see Pico Mundo? What's the name? I can't remember.
Yeah, Pico Mundo is the name. They let you in and say it's going to be the second booth on the left.
God, I finally got a name right. Fuck's sake. Jimmy walks in.
So 8-Ball rolls up a little bit after that. I leave my Mirage parked somewhere, hopefully where it won't get stolen by somebody or other. Make my way in and head for the directed area from the message. I assume the goons stop me.
The goons will stop everybody who walks inside unless they say
Name's Chico, and I'm here about Pico Mundo.
Please enter. Second booth on the left.
And I do so.
Hooray!
Everything I do is just worthy of aplomb.
Frantic's gonna show up. I think this would be second to last by now, if we've gone through everyone else. He's gonna hop out of his rover, throw his black vest with the drag handle in the cab, and walk up to the goons.
And the goons, they will look at him, and now you're in a stare-off. You're in a standoff. It's not a Mexican standoff because there's no guns out, but there's a standoff nonetheless. What do you do?
Pico Mundo.
Oh, standoff's over. Second booth on the left.
Does nobody else remember their code name?
He walks in and sits down.
Everybody else has forgotten their code name.
I know mine. I just didn't know that I was actually called it. I didn't know if it was like in character or just the GM. I was like, okay.
Oh, the answer to that is yes, but I don't really care right now. Okay, I will assume that everybody is going to make their debuts, and the VIP booth itself is dark and quiet.
Just a heads up, I am under a rating 3 disguise.
A rating, yes you are.
3.
Okay. And so the booth it's dark. The second that you get seated within it, you pass by the curtains that typically, cover the front of the room. The sounds of the club immediately fade out to just the very dim bass line, which you can generally feel rather than hear. It's lit with very soft lighting, not enough to blind anybody if their comlink were to go off with all the flashing lights and everything, but dark enough to where details can be slightly missed. Consider it a -1 for perception tests for visual. And seated in the traditional position of power as everybody enters is a descript man in his non-description. By that I mean this man looks utterly normal in every fashion, bland as hell. You wouldn't be able to pick him out of the crowd. Even if you were given a picture of him and he was standing in the lineup, you wouldn't be able to pick him out.
Kaiser Sose.
You don't know if he walked through the left or not, though. And he just gestures towards the seats around the table in the VIP room as everybody enters.
A-Ball squints a little bit, as it is hard to see in there, and then moves to the seat gestured towards him.
Jimmy takes
Demis is unworried by the low light and sits down as if it were a normal day.
Okay.
Jimmy takes a seat preferably closest. Jimmy takes a seat preferably closest to the wall.
Okay.
Frantic's going to sit down wherever he can with a stupid Boy Scout grin on his face.
Awesome. All right. Feel like we're missing one from the. It'll show up. All right. So, Johnson waits until everybody's seated, and then with his hands clasped in front of him, says, "Thank you all for coming. I know it is seemingly short notice, but let me give the details of the job as I know it. There is a small town on the border of the Pueblo Corporate Council and Aztlan that has asked for assistance, as they've had some road bandits making doe eyes towards their little podunk village, and they've asked, they've called in some favors, and those favors have been called in to me, and now I am requesting the 6 of you, which may have about to be 7. Oh, good. Okay, so you are going to get your troll.
Yay!
About damn time.
Woo!
Good.
I'm glad we have a troll.
I didn't want Jimmy to be
Now
the
we
focus.
have someone to make fun of.
Yeah,
I didn't want to be the only troll.
Good one.
Give me a
Hey
second.
guys,
About time.
You're late.
We were convinced you were dead. We had a small funeral.
something like 5 minutes. So sued me. I had to wake up like 2 hours
Frantic
earlier.
gave a very touching eulogy.
It's 2 hours earlier than I normally wake up.
Are you walking?
Huh?
No, I'm drinking.
No, it just sounded like you're out in the open.
Okay. So the okay, so I will assume Kostchtchie has arrived as well. But number of VIP, second booth on the left, etc., etc. It's quiet, it's dark, it's low light. So if anybody who doesn't have low light is suffering a -1 to visibility checks. The Johnson is in the midst of giving the initial job spiel.
Ah.
And the job spiel is this: there is a town called Pico Mundo at the border between the Pueblo Corporate Council and Aztlan in the areas formerly known as New Mexico. It is a small village. It gets some farming done. They also have a small mine that has precious metals. And they have gotten word that a band of roving marauders are going to be showing some interest in their town, and they would like somebody to do a perimeter security survey and kind of stand guard for a bit and basically chase the bandits off. They decide that they want to get froggy. And for that, Mr. Johnson is going to offer 10,000 Union a head to be held in escrow, and an additional 5,000 Nuyen up front to be used as a slush fund for whatever equipment and ammunition that you decide you may need.
5,000 up front each.
Each, yes.
Okay.
A-Ball lets out a slow whistle.
But
Jimmy kind of looks at him. It's like, dude. So, what are we protecting, or is that classified?
You're it is. You will see it when you get there. Transportation will be provided. Since it is a bit of a drive through several national borders, we took the liberty of chartering a small flight for you and your equipment, whatever you need to purchase. And then at the end of approximately a week, we will have a resupply come out, and you'll be picked up and taken back to Seattle.
Well,
This week.
hot
How
damn.
soon do we have to leave?
The chartered flight will leave tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, good. Okay. Wiz, I can deal with that. 10K though for a week is kind of light though. I mean, I usually get like 10K for a night's work.
Yes, but those in your particular line of work are also breaking the law for 10,000 for a night's work. This is a simple site security survey. Expenses will be paid, of course, and the 10,000 is on top of that.
Out of character. Anybody want to roll negotiation? 'Cause
I-
I certainly don't have enough dice to do
Listen,
anything.
I just realized that I was on mute. So,
I don't know how to count. So
I really want.
so you're looking to hire us for less than a week's pay for what again? Guarding some podunk village from some castaways? Come now. If this is actually what you're saying, you're overspending, and if it's not, you're underspending. So why don't you talk actual money?
Okay, give me your negotiation.
I
Can I-
absolutely will.
Can I chime in and help him?
You can try and help all you like. Most people like to help by not doing anything at all. It has been of great use in the past.
I mean,
I'm willing to try to help out in this, but I don't know how helpful I'll actually be.
me
So-
need more money.
so I just
I'm gonna
roll
keep
my
my shop.
negotiation, see if I actually can do shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
you roll your negotiation.
Well, I upped your
Okay.
limit. Well, there you go. You get extra.
I have no negotiation.
Does street cred apply to this? Because I have street cred.
Street credit is not going to apply to this time.
I am cool with that.
And if nobody else is going to assist, then MS.
No. You want me to not help you?
Seven successes.
Very nice, very nice. Okay.
Yay!
I like to think we did.
Money.
I like to think that we did the overthrowing thing. We made it work. Me and Heather. We're the linchpin in this group. Just you wait.
Josh will lean forward and say very well. I'll tell you what. We don't actually know how large this Marauder group is going to be, or if there even is one, but they're scared enough that they want to make sure that they've got professionals there. And if you feel that 10,000 ahead plus a 5,000 you get slush fund for equipment is not enough, I'll bring it up to 14. 2,000 Nuyen a day.
That sounds fine by me.
8-ball nods his head.
Yeah.
We can
Once other
expect
people
this to be
start.
an escrow.
Oh yes, of course.
Show me
Once
the
other
account.
people start.
And so the Johnson reaches under the table and then draws a briefcase, opens up that briefcase, and removes 7 cred sticks from it, and they're all certified standard size, and leaves them in the table with an easy reach for the 7 of you. And then reaches into a jacket pocket, fiddles with his comlink, and for those who are watching in AR tags pop up, with 7 separate escrow accounts through the Zurich Orbital Bank for the total of 14,000 BNE.
Cool.
Looks like we have everything in
Just
order.
like Kenya all over again.
What else can you offer?
My contacts have agreed to make some of their supplies available, as you each have 5,000 new units of slush fund. Whatever you see fit to spend it on, and whatever extra new unit you're willing to throw at whatever problems come your way. We should have most of the usual things that Shadowrunners ask for directly available. OOC, this means that I'm going to be ignoring availability rules for certain things. If it requires a custom fit, you are not going to get it, because they're not going to be done. But for anything basically off the rack or needs minor modifications, there's going to be no availability rule.
What about a GE Vindicator?
Oh, damn it.
What about a GE Vindicator?
24F.
That's some pretty hardcore availability.
I know. That's why do you think I ask? If I can get that off the fucking front, just from the front, that'd be amazing. I mean, I already have a machine gun. Why not pack a
I'm
minigun?
1,000 off. Damn it.
Sucks to be you.
Well,
Right book that it's in.
Emmis stands up and
I have a...
takes her cred stick. Give me a location, and I'll be there tomorrow.
Seattle Tacoma Airport, 7 p.m. And you are going to be looking for hangar 6A.
Thank you.
And it'll
have
send over an AR
question
tag with
for
map.
oh, sorry. God damn it, I keep interrupting.
There's a map.
Frantic has a question for the...
Uh-huh.
If I were to say, oh, I don't know, ask for a little more upfront so I can afford a JPK50, would you be able to do that if you took it out of my main pay? Because I really want that JPK50.
So what you're telling me, Johnson says, is that you are so destitute that you are willing to spend up to half of your actual pay on a rifle?
It's a really, really nice rifle, but if it's not a well,
8-Ball rolls his
it's not
eyes.
something you're willing to do, and
How much is this thing? This gun?
The list price
it's
for that,
12,000. I have with the upfront money. With the
12,500.
upfront money, I have 11,000.
Mine costs 25k with all the modifications.
Oh my god.
And I can modify guns after I get them, right? That's not a thing against Shadowrun. At least I assume so.
That's what the armoring skill is for.
Yeah.
8-Ball takes his cred stick, rolls his eyes, and then says, "Anybody wants a drink, it's on me," and makes his way out.
Yeah, Jimmy's already left.
You know what? I'll deal with this. And Frantic just kind of turns to the Johnson after seeing everyone roll their eyes. And I think I'll just deal with this after. Thank you. Airport tomorrow afternoon, right?
Yes, airport tomorrow afternoon.
Wonderful. I'll be there.
So, ozURR, about the Vindicator.
No, you're not going to be able to get the Vindicator without an availability roll. Not that high. Not 24F. That's not normal.
Could you reduce it by 4?
If you want to try and roll for it, I suppose.
I will. Roll 20 die, or 24 if you don't like my yammering. I'll even do puppy eyes if that'll make it 18.
No. I'm immune to puppy eyes.
Oh, god damn it. Here I thought my
Nah,
lovely
you need
charm.
kitten eyes.
Fuck kitten eyes. I murder kitties. Eat them for breakfast. Oh, 3. I might have a chance. God damn it.
No indicator.
I will get it someday.
No indicator for you. But I might actually come out of those for the JPK 50. I'm very happy. I'm a very happy Shadowrunner.
Until you die.
Okay, so everybody has
I'll die with a
location.
JPK 50.
Everybody has a location of the airport for the next day. They've got a night to sleep and refresh edge as they need to. To pack up what they'll need, do make a note of what you're taking. So that way I know when to say click when you depress the trigger to make bullets come out.
There is one thing I'd like to get if I can before we go. I'd like to see if I can get my hands on an auto assault 16.
Okay, let's take a look at the AA-16.
Run and gun, page 40, if that matters.
Oh, what page did you say? I'm sorry?
Run and gun, page 40.
Page 40. Oh, it's right there. If you want to roll for it, because it basically when it goes into forbidden and basically 18 and up, I'm gonna make you roll for it. But there won't be any weight for it if you can make the if you can beat the roll.
Yep, that sounds perfectly acceptable to me. Here's my roll, trying to get it. And there I go again, using D20s instead of D6s.
But it was so close.
Damn it.
So were you just looking for the ammo that we were bringing, or like an entire list of everything that we're taking?
Give me a general idea of everything you're taking, and if you say all the ammo, then I'll know what ammo's on your sheet.
Alright. I mean, I'm still a relatively new Shadowrunner, so I think I'm just taking everything I have. Just,
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
Kostchtchie is going to be doing the same thing.
I don't have nothing I don't actually need. I give you the list of shit.
Ah, you evil man.
Sorry, no AA-16. I even took some dice off because of the contact.
Hey, ozURR, I have a question. I want to ask, you probably will say no, but could I give chemical seal to my security armor with the money I just got? Or that modification just will take too much time?
The chemical seal to the security armor?
Yep.
I need to double check the security armor to see if it can take a full chemical seal or just chemical
It can! I have it on Hero Lab. It says it can take a chemical seal.
Yeah, the security armor, riot armor, full body armor, and mil-spec armor can all take chemical seal.
Okay.
Because they're full suits of armor.
So it's your discretion.
Okay.
If you say I can, then I'll roll for it. If you say I can't, then so be it.
You shouldn't need to roll for it. If you want to do the chemical seal, just go ahead and buy the chemical seal and take the money off, and I'll allow that.
Yes!
Well, hang on, sorry, slight correction. They can take it as long as you have the matching helmet.
I have the helmet.
Yes.
Of course I wouldn't take it. No.
no, he's just literally got just a t-shirt and a baseball cap. I mean, it's fine.
Don't worry, guys, I got
he spent
this.
all his money on the armor itself. You know, it's the Steelers cap, so I mean, it's fine.
Frantic, as long as we're doing gear right now, I'm taking pretty much all my weapons. My combat knife with gecko grip, my Ares Predator 5, my cult inception, along with a few clips, or pretty much all my ammo for APDS. After putting one in, I have 36, which is a full clip in the cult inception, and 64 left of APDS for assault rifles. I'm also bringing 30 rounds of gel rounds for my Ares Predator, my telescoping mirror on a stick, my fake sin, and my data chips. I need to go close my door.
Okay.
I mean, that sounded pretty ominous, but
I'm also going to partake of a homeless person before we leave.
Okay, can you roll me edge real quick?
Absolutely.
to see
Ah,
if
do
you
we
can
have an
find them.
infection
Damn
in the
homeless
longboard?
people are everywhere.
Yes, homeless people are everywhere. It's the concern of the police that may find them.
Yes.
And MS is fine. MS takes care of MS, as MS will take care of MS.
Do we have an infected on board?
We got 2, don't we?
Yeah, we got 2 actually.
Glad I have chemical seal,
We have
bitches.
100% of the infected. We have 100% of the infected lab right now. In this
Yes.
Wait, Heather's here?
Yep, she is.
Yes.
Ah. Finally. Finally get to run with Heather.
Who the?
All right. Is there any other preparations anyone needs to make?
Yeah, I'm buying a shitload of ammo on top of what I've already got.
Okay.
I'm going to double my amount of capsule rounds that I've got with the Neurostun 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm buying 15 more of those. And I think I will triple my amount of no, actually, I'm going to buy 5 times what I currently have in APDS for shotguns.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be buying 120 APDS rounds for shotguns
Mm-hmm.
and 15 capsule rounds for shotguns loaded with Neurostun 8.
About the only thing odd that I think I'll be buying is a instructional video on heavy weaponry.
Okay. So
Maybe like some action film or something like that.
I was gonna
that's
say
like
you find
accurate footage.
you find the original Predator.
Perfect.
Oh my god. Lucky saw.
Yes.
I actually would like to pick up some long haul. So, I mean, you know,
All right.
maybe 4 hits of it.
I'm also going to grab some contacts with image link on them. I'm sure
Okay.
that falls under the.
Yeah, that falls under the normal stuff. As does the long haul, to be perfectly honest.
I don't really have anything special to buy. I sent you my list.
Yeah, I got your list.
Actually, I would like to get a few more high explosive mini grenades.
Hero Labs is awesome because you can export your character in plain text and then
Yes.
just send somebody your folder. This is what I have.
Nice.
If you want to get some more money grenades, that should be fine.
No,
Wish I had money to buy something like
I think I will buy some grenades.
I
as
saved
well.
up for 2 months.
It's that good.
I'm going to buy a bunch of gas grenades and some flashbangs.
I've had
Okay.
enough people dealing with explosives lately. By the way, I am going to be checking for that when I go out.
All right. Give me a smell test and an edge test.
Edge test.
Yeah. Do the edge test first, then the smell test. There we go.
Alright, I can do that.
Magical threats knowledge check on the geographical area.
No. All right. And do the smell test.
Coming up.
Awesome. So, there were some lingering traces of a particular person that
Yeah, I haven't been able to get his stink out of my car yet.
smelled a little fresh, but there's nothing there.
Okay.
Oh,
So he may not have fled the Metroplex as stating.
Hey, ozURR.
Poor bastard.
Hey, ozURR.
Yes.
You seen all the shit I send you?
Uh-huh.
That's all my ammo.
I am. Okay. Magical threats knowledge check on the geographical area. This is going to be an area where there are telesma hunters, because there is some natural stuff growing out there that's great for talismans. So there may be some spirits of nature. There might be some plant spirits in the form of spiky ass cacti that might get angry, but if you don't start none, there won't be none.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
I'm good with my preparations at this point. I'm done buying stuff.
Okay.
Oh, get that Predator movie in German.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. If I could, I'd look up how to say I ain't got time to bleed in German.
Yeah, well, we don't have Shad on hand.
Yeah, I know.
I'll actually also get some long haul.
Uh-huh.
Sexual Tyrannosaurus.
You were able to get doses of long haul without any availability check, as that is fairly standard for Shadowrun teams.
Just go down to the stuffer shack.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't even have a
Availability.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy it at the pharmacy without a prescription.
Right. It's a
It's Tylenol.
Yeah, it's at the
No,
register next to 5 hour energy.
No, you just buy a bunch of no-dos, easy.
Yeah. So yeah, that should be fine. With those purchases made, are there anything else?
Oh, there you go.
Nothing on my end. I've got...
8 ball is good.
Okay.
Oh, actually, one thing I would like to do, now that I actually have, a little bit of money, because I've forgotten about this for a while, I would like to put I'll take my MCT EE suit to somebody to get the external sensors repaired.
Okay.
Because they got burned off by a napalm spell on my first run.
Wow. Alright. Just go ahead and do the replacement cost of the sensors.
Yeah.
And you should be fine.
Cool.
With that being said, we'll go ahead and fast forward to the airport.
What time we are supposed to arrive to the airport?
Airport arrival is at 7 p.m., which will be after sunset. In fact,
Perfect.
it's getting just dark enough to where all of the street lights will be very necessary for people who don't have low light or thermographic vision. But the vengeful Daystar has since gone to the other side of the world to bathe Australia in its
Hateful gaze.
Yes, ever hateful UV gaze. And the AR tag that Johnson gave you will lead you towards the private entrance for the Seattle-Tacoma airfield. And instead of having the large building with all the things and the security and the people that annoy the crap out of you on any suborbital flight that you may have taken in the past 50 years.
Suborbital?
Suborbital, yes.
Oh gosh.
Good.
Normal
This
airplane.
is a smaller private entrance for the smaller aircraft, the Gulfstreams of the day, which may be the size of the Ghost, which was the first suborbital. But the guard check at the gate, they just wave you straight through when you show them the AR tag.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's been bribed.
That is the way it
Good.
goes.
Yeah.
And it, Hangar 6A is easy to find because it is the only one brightly lit and open at this time of night.
Right, well, I drive over there,
Okay.
and I pull up
Yeah.
and I start unloading my trunk.
Okay.
Yeah. Kostchtchie's got like three massive duffel bags. One over each shoulder and one in his hand.
She grins up at him.
8 ball arrives, he only has a single large duffel bag. And he is armored and ready to go.
Okay.
When as
Kostchtchie.
Jimmy begins unloading, he's got a sports bag, backpack, and then what looks to be a really fucking large suitcase. Like, holy shit, why the fuck do they even make these suitcases this large?
I feel awful awkward in that I don't have a large duffel bag.
Emmis arrives with a standard carry-on backpack.
I have a messenger bag and a golf bag.
Actually,
Haliax gets-
that's a... Sorry, go ahead.
Haliax arrives there, just has one heavy duffel bag after another. There's a whole pile in.
So 8-Ball eyes that huge
Frantic
ass.
arrives and just.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I want to hear what 8-Ball eyes.
8-Ball eyes that huge ass suitcase, looks you up and down for a moment, and then says, "That better be full of booze."
If it'd be full of booze, I wouldn't be carrying it around. I'd left it at home. Nah, this here is my special baby. Though, if I take her out right now and wear her, I'll probably get in trouble.
I walk over to Emma's and like nudge her elbow. Let's go find a seat in the back.
I
only
Frantic,
just
let the
realized,
meatheads talk.
I only just realized
Emmis
that
and Heather
Jimmy's-
hop on.
Yeah, we're gonna head find us a nice spot.
Okay.
Yeah, I only just realized that Jimmy's in this run, so when Kosh sees him, he's gonna like walk over, clap him on the shoulder, say, "Hey, how is it? How are you?" Say, "Hello, my friend."
Jimmy looks at you with the eyes like, "Who are you? I don't know you. Why are you talking to me?" Like, "Hello."
No, we were on a run together.
Oh, really? What run? No, out of character, like, what run? I can't remember.
I'm trying to remember
He's
myself.
been on so
It
many.
might- was it the Royal, the markets?
Nope, haven't been on that run.
I know we were on a
While you
run
guys are
together.
doing this, Frantic's
remember
just gonna sit in the back with his one duffel bag of shit all armored up.
Okay.
How big's the plane that we're taking?
So the plane that you're taking is basically the size of, it would be a medium-sized private plane. It's a 2-engine corporate jet. And
Okay.
it's going to be a close thing because you guys are bringing a lot of gear, which is heavy, and these things, typically you may end up crashing somewhere in the southwestern desert, which would be a fun way to do this run. We'll see what happens with the pilot's edge jet. Speaking of the pilot, or pilots, I should say, they're both in the cockpit carrying one. They're both male. One is a rather elderly-looking guy. His hair is graying, and he's going through the pre-flight routine with his co-pilot, who is also a human. Looks somewhat younger, although I guess he'd be in his middle age.
Sexist
Looks a
and
little overweight.
racist.
Yes, absolutely.
Why not?
So they're going through. They don't even give you the barest look. And the crew cabin itself has 6 seats and a couch. And there's more than enough room for people to spin the chairs around and sit out with their feet out. They even recline, so you could get some sleep if you wanted.
Couch is claimed.
Yeah, Jimmy.
The
Jimmy.
character just, I claim the couch.
Well, we boarded before everybody else. So
Yeah. So we're using the couch.
So
Yeah, back there.
the couch has been taken. So the rest
When-
of you can kind of deal.
When Jimmy gets on, he eyes a reclinable chair and just sits in that, takes out a book,
Okay,
and
back.
begins reading. That's all he does.
Okay. So,
8-Ball swaggers on board shortly after them, I guess.
all right. There's the heads in the back, and there is also a very small, teeny tiny food serving area with a little mini fridge and some drawers that if you pop it out, there's chilled drinks inside. And then, of course, there's the cargo area in the back where all of your stuff is being loaded.
Okay. One thing Kostchtchie is going to do is when he dumps his stuff at the back, he's going to unzip one of the duffel bags and pull out a wooden crate that's about 1.5 feet in each direction. March it over to his chair, set it down, open it up, and start pulling out vodka.
Jimmy,
Ball whistles
Alright.
and immediately makes his way over to Kostchtchie. How do you say that again? How do you say your name again, Baron?
Kostchtchie.
Kostchtchie?
wait, you.
Nemus looks at the drunks and sighs and goes back to speaking with Heather.
That's the thing, Kostchtchie's not going to get caught. He's only going to have one.
Mention that.
Uh,
I would like to mention that Frantic is still sitting in the back, not doing anything, and just kind of like looking around the stupid boy scout grin again.
Jimmy.
So,
Jimmy looks over to
Go
Kostchtchie
ahead.
and says in German, "You wouldn't happen to be German as well. You wouldn't happen to be of German descent with that name, would you?" I said that to Kostchtchie.
He looks at you. He looks at you slightly
That's very
blankly and says in Russian, "I don't know what the fuck you said."
Jimmy nods
Yeah,
and
I
says back in English, "Didn't think so. Worth a try anyway," and just goes back to reading his book.
so
If I
Eight
have to
ball.
roll it.
moves over to Kostchtchie, holds out one hand as if to shake his hand, and holds out the other as if to take a bottle of vodka. And says, "Name's 8-Ball."
Well, with an introduction like that, clearly it's reach across, shake his hand, reach over that arm with a bottle of vodka to hand it to the other, and say, "Kostchtchie, good to meet you, my friend."
Pleasure's mine. And then I'm gonna crack that thing open.
Yeah, it's top shelf vodka.
Oh well, then I'm not gonna crack it open like that. But
No.
you know what I mean.
Well, Kostchtchie's cracking it open like that, but then he drinks a whole bottle at a time.
Control.
His shot glass is a highball glass.
He actually brings a big gulp cup to him to every Shadowrun meet as like a ritual, and he orders it filled with the strongest whatever the hell the place has every time.
And after introducing myself to Kostchtchie, I'm gonna guess. I guess 8-Ball's gonna turn and glance at the rest of you and said, like I said to him, "Name's 8-Ball. I don't know any of you."
Heather, nice to meet you.
And a good thing, because we're not going to know each other after we're done either.
Yeah, Jimmy holds out his hand because I'm thinking I'm sitting with my back to you. Holds out his hand, and whatever that guy said, I'm doing this job for the money. But hopefully you'll be useful in combat. Otherwise, it just goes back to reading.
I'm Haliax.
8-Ball.
I know a few of you. I think Jimmy and Kostchtchie. We worked before.
Who's this?
Haliax.
Yeah, we ran together once. Again, I can't remember what. I think it might have been the Israel run.
Actually, I think it was the run where we should actually woke up at a beach. I don't know what that was. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, it was. We don't know each other.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, that's
Well,
the best case.
Kostchtchie knows you.
You
don't know
guys
him.
feel a strange attraction that's drawing you together.
No, Kostchtchie didn't take the drugs, so he still remembers, but Haliax doesn't.
Oh wow, you didn't?
No,
Bitchin'.
Kostchtchie remembers that run.
Bitchin'.
So Kostchtchie will actually wander over with a bottle of vodka to introduce himself.
To.
Haliax.
Okay.
While everybody's getting introduced, everybody notices the change in cabin pressure as the front door and the rear doors are sealed.
Ooh.
And after that, the pilot comes over the intercom and says that flight time is going to be about 3 hours. They're going to be landing at a corporate airstrip somewhere in the PCC, where you will be moved to a Thunderbird to be taken directly towards the town of Pico Mundo. They're not expecting any turbulence. They aren't expecting any queries, as they are a charter corporate flight, etc., etc. And finally, welcome aboard. And that being said, sounds in the cabin start to be washed out by the sound of the engines cooling up as the plane prepares to take off.
Balls, we're not going into orbit.
No, this was not going into orbit.
I'll be driving.
Okay. I can safely assume that pretty much every seat is going to be a window seat in this plane, right? Like, if we really wanted it to.
Yeah.
Jimmy then pulls down the curtain on the window.
Yeah. Frantic's just gonna look out his window and stare.
Man, there's so many stick in the muds on this run.
You're telling me.
So the plane takes off without incident, and the lights of the Seattle Metroplex fade away as you fly into the ever-present cloud cover of corrosive crap that is the Sixth World. And it's going to be a very quiet for around about just 3 hours, depending on how you want to do it. But I'm not anticipating anybody getting shot down. Somebody wants to roll the edge dice and critically fail.
Oh,
Count
yeah.
Screw aren't even talking.
Jimmy, like an hour, 3 hours after taking off, Jimmy closes the book and like looks over everyone and asks, I know I'm expecting too much here, but anyone else here got a rig?
A what?
Wait, just hold up. I actually have to look over it because I forgot what it's fucking called. A responsive interface gear.
No.
8-Ball raises his hand.
No.
8-Ball, you want to share it with me?
Fireball.
Jimmy sends over his share link-ish, whatever the fuck you would call that, to 8-Ball.
Wait, I am thinking of the right thing, right? Yeah, I am. Okay.
Yeah, control room.
No, I was thinking of the
Pen?
responsive interface gear.
It is the
Oh,
responsive
right,
interface
yeah.
gear.
Yes. Okay. 8-Ball accepts and throws his back your way.
I do the same,
I
and
have
I give
mine,
a
so-
nod, and I give a nod your way, and just goes back to reading.
Okay.
What did you two just do? So confused.
We shared a rig.
We linked up our rigs.
I'd like to join in as well.
The rig, what basically a responsive interface unit is think Call of Duty, but on our helmets. It's so
They
fucking.
basically get like a heads-up display and
Okay.
share their information with each other.
Worth any fucking penny.
Yeah, it's a heads-up display essentially, and I can see how he's doing in his tactical situation versus my own, that sort of thing. It's really helpful.
I thought about getting that for Kostchtchie, but he doesn't see it as necessary because in his mind he can't be killed.
That's amazing. I'll try to kill him.
Everyone else's.
That's literally his go-to thing. Anytime someone expresses concern for his safety, he's like, please, I am Kostchtchie, I cannot be killed. And so far, the only thing that's even hurt him was a plant spirit that got lucky and a bunch of assholes using pepper punch when he wasn't ready for it.
So I assume 8-Ball and Kostchtchie are having a grand old time drinking some vodka. Is anybody else with us? trying
I
to
am.
figure out who's going to be the prick.
I'm the human, so I'm probably going to lose.
Jimmy!
This isn't a drinking contest. This is just drinking. This is good vodka. This isn't stuff you chug.
Yeah, no,
Hey, you're all another human,
I am
so
not
it's
attempting to
basically
get
a
drunk here.
contest.
I'm just trying to be friends.
Jimmy doesn't join in, he just sticks to reading after that
Frantic.
conversation.
It's gonna. Frantic's just gonna like hang back and go, no, thanks. I'd rather stay sober. Not trying to be a dick, but not really wanting to drink.
Well, I think
It's not my thought.
After a little while, 8-Ball kind of narrows his eyes and thinking, hey, didn't we have a conversation before? Looks at Kostchtchie.
You
Said you
probably
would
did.
show me something crazy.
Oh, that will be on this run, I think.
8-Ball smiles and like gives him a little slug in the shoulder. Says, "Good plan, but I'll still beat you."
In the meantime, check this out. And Kostchtchie will send over a sim sense of Kosh standing on a balcony, wearing full body armor, and there are 4 cowering Shadowrunners in front of him, opening up on full auto, and he's just shrugging it off and not feeling it at all.
8-Ball lets out a little whistle. Impressed.
And Kostchtchie is screaming at the top of his lungs, "I am Kostchtchie! I cannot be killed!"
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that actually happened on a run. It was epic.
We needed that.
Yeah, I haven't had anything that impressive happen yet.
Well, that's pretty much the way I built Kostchtchie. He rolls a ridiculous amount of dice to absorb damage.
I was looking at all your sheets, and yeah, you do have the highest armor.
Well, with that being said, after about 3 hours, so now the time is about 10:30 at night, you feel the plane start to descend, and the captain comes over the intercom again, saying that they are on final approach. They are outside of Albuquerque at a small corporate airfield, and as a reminder, you're going to be moved to a T-Bird to be taken directly to Pico Mundo itself.
Now, forgive me, T-Bird, is that a helicopter?
It is a VTOL. It is not necessarily a helicopter.
The cover tank.
Yeah, hover tank.
Got it. Hover tank. Can we keep the hover tank?
Try. In fact, why don't you try and see what happens?
I chime in
There's
and
a
try
couple-
to.
Here's the thing. 8-Ball's idea of keep is we land, we shoot the pilot in the head, and then we keep. So I don't know if that's really going to go over well with the rest of the group.
It will not go over well at all, I can assure you.
No. Also,
Hence
that's
my
very,
avoidance of me wanting to be the one who keeps.
that would also be a very bad idea.
Listen, this is all OC. I'm just saying that's 8-Ball's idea of keep. So if somebody else wants to roll that, rather than me, whose only skill happens to be, well, no, I do have a little bit of con.
Really?
But
How much? What? Are you a street
It's not
samurai
enough.
through and through?
what was that?
Are you a street samurai through and through?
Gunslinger adept.
Ah, bitch, mage. God fucking hate you.
You are really quiet. Who is that that's talking? I need to turn you up.
If you say I'm quiet, I can just turn myself up, bitch.
Do you really call everybody bitch? I mean, just curious.
No, I don't. I'm just really fucking foul.
Okay.
I'm just really foul mouthed. Sorry.
Maybe you might want to tone it down a notch or two.
Yeah, sorry.
How does sound work?
In Skype, you can't do that. You can turn up everyone or none at all. Or-
It's all or nothing.
Sad face.
Or I could just speak louder, and that would
Oh,
hopefully.
hello there.
As I tell just about everybody, this is why I prefer Ubu over Skype.
Oh well, Skype's what you get.
So, are we landing?
Yes, you're landing. In fact, you landed.
Goody.
Well, we've been trying to discuss the finer bits of volume control. The plane has in fact landed and is taxiing towards a lit hangar. In the
Kostchtchie will have.
Go ahead.
Kostchtchie will have to stow his vodka again.
Yes.
Don't want to be caught smuggling no vodka.
Yes, you're already guilty of smuggling vodka in the long haul. and forbidden weaponry across two national borders.
Whatever. We're
Yeah,
Shadowrunners. Laws are for other people.
Yes, laws are for the little people.
Laws, yeah, basically laws are things that happen to other people.
I'm pleased to say my weaponry is all restricted. My ammunition, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
I am happy to say I am perfectly legal
What is
in one or two ways of speaking.
Perfectly.
Just like hypothetical. I mean, what would you guys say is legal as I haul my illegal bag of goods out of the plane?
Didn't give it illegal.
I don't think anybody's buddy. I don't think
It's
anybody's
all
gonna care.
perfectly legal.
It's legal until you don't
Bird.
get.
All right. Well, you guys are responsible for loading and unloading your own gear. Those who have been drinking on the flight are currently operating at a -2.
It's worth it.
What?
Those who have been drinking on the flight are at a -2 to their actions because you've been drinking fairly consistently for the past 3 hours.
No, Kostchtchie
okay
had
with
one
that.
bottle of vodka.
One bottle. Well, yeah.
Like, do you want me to roll to see whether or not he's actually affected? Because I'm pretty sure I'll ace that roll.
Yes, please do.
No, the GM just told you what you were operating at. Arguing with the GM is a bad idea. TM, please don't do it. Let's continue.
That voice.
So
I'm actually perfectly comfortable being a little bit drunk for this time.
we can tell. Okay, so the doors are opened up. You're able to unload your stuff, and it is noticeably warmer than it was in Seattle. And then the air is also very, very dry. It's what you'd expect a scrub desert to be like at late night. But as you get off of the plane, you see the telltale blocking lines of what amounts to a hover tank at the hangar that you're at that is currently in the midst of a turbine engine test.
Emis is going to look around for a bit of privacy that is large enough to change in.
There's totally a full bathroom inside the hangar.
I am going to utilize that to change into my FBA.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
8-ball swaggers
Good question,
slightly
GM.
tipsily towards where we're going. Kind of just following the herd and trying not to stumble over any stones.
Would I be,
You probably can't even
would I
tell
get any
the
weird
conscious
looks or get? Would I get any weird looks or be otherwise affected if I were to pull out my Inception and sling it over my shoulder? Because we are technically on the job now,
You are
and I
technically
would
on the job.
feel much more comfortable actually having that up.
Yes. I don't think anybody
just wondering,
is going
like,
to
when I get
mind
shot
you
at.
bringing out heavy weaponry when we're driving around in a goddamn hover tank.
Well, listen, the hover tank might
I
have
know.
its own
It's
laws
just
for
to
all
ask.
we know.
No weapons
know
allowed
what
on the hover
happens
tank.
Yeah, it could be still sovereign country.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
that
find
guy
it.
that's piloting
Yeah,
the hover tank might have rules. You can't smoke in there. You can't bring heavy weapons in there. You can't piss on the console. I mean, you don't know.
Not peeing on the console is actually a pretty good idea.
You don't know what he wants.
But seriously, yeah. Frantic is
I find
gonna
nice
sling his Colt Inception over his shoulder and holster his Ares V and then put his knife in his boot, etc., and bring his bag up onto the hover tank and calmly walk onto it like he's done it a million times, which he kind of has.
I find my seat. I put on the harness. I make sure that my cooler is secured. I put my golf bag next to me, rest my hand on it, and I'm ready for the fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
8-ball makes his
Heather?
way swaying slightly towards a nearby seat, sits down with his bag, puts it beneath his feet, and promptly hangs his head on the chest and tries to get a little bit of shut-eye before we land.
Kostchtchie
If
actually
any of you drunk
drinks-
bastards puke on me, I swear to God.
Listen,
you
I did
probably-
my last run entirely drunk, so it's fine.
I did
You
my
probably
first one
can't-
blind.
I do better
Uh,
now.
You probably can't even tell that Kostchtchie is drunk because he drinks so much, like he's just so used to it.
I'm
Um,
Russian.